Pixar movies whose ending you misunderstood, part 18. If you watched Cars 2 and said that it is a worthless garbage film, congratulations, you are entitled to your opinion, but there is a lot more to this film than I think most people give it credit for. Cars 2 is not merely a silly Mater story to sell toys, it has actual themes and commentary. The most obvious being the plotline of oil versus alternative energy, which actually goes deeper than that, as it provides satire on corporate greed and greenwashing, which is the concept where companies will put up a facade on how environmentally friendly they are when in reality their products are just as bad if not worse. And that is exactly what Axelrod is doing with his phony all-in-all fuel, with his ultimate goal to be to drive people back to fossil fuels where he will split the profits. The greenwashing plotline also ties really well into the main theme of the film, which is being true to yourself and your identity. While Axelrod was putting on a persona, Mater never stopped being Mater. Mater's mistaken identity as a spy serves as a metaphor for how people will often project assumptions, but Mater being himself actually proved to be more powerful and useful than if he was just a cutthroat spy. The problem with Cars 2 is not its story or its script, but the fact that it is a completely different film from its predecessor. Cars is a slow-paced, character-driven story with a lot of heart that focuses on Lightning McQueen's arc, while Cars 2 is a high-octane spy thriller with Mater being himself with the thinnest connections to racing or McQueen. And those are vastly different types of films, and the genre shift is kind of jarring. But Cars 2 is not a bad film. It's not even a bad Pixar film. It's just a bad sequel to Cars. Kind of like how The Last Jedi is not a bad film, it's just a bad Star Wars film. And that's why I refer to Cars and Cars 3 as a duology, because Cars 2 may as well be a feature-length episode of Mater's Tall Tales. If it was branded as a Mater spin-off and not a direct continuation of Cars, I think it would have been received better. I get it if you think that Mater is annoying or you don't like the story or the genre, but there's more that makes a movie than just its story and characters. The animation in this film is absolutely gorgeous. It's probably the Pixar film with the grandest scale in terms of detailed settings. Its depiction of the Italian Riviera rivals that of Luca. No film that looks this good should ever be called the worst animated film of all time. It has a fantastic score by Michael Giacchino that emulates classic spy thrillers. Michael freaking Caine is one of the lead roles, and pretty much all of the cast gives it their all. I'm not trying to convince you to like this film, but I do think that it gets way more hate than it deserves given how much good there is in it, and it is not the dumpster fire that people keep saying that it is.